Hi everybody, I just got back from completing a 40-mile bike ride. I've taken up cycling in the last few years and I absolutely love it. In fact, I'm wearing a Rafa t-shirt here. Rafa is a premier cycling apparel manufacturer out of London. Check them out online. But what I want to talk to you about today is a subject that is very near and dear to my heart, and that's energy, health, and fitness. You see, I think if we're fortunate enough to be blessed to be super successful in the field of selling, we get to enjoy all the fruits of our hard work and the fact that we're a world-class seller. We get to have the fine automobiles, the expensive homes, the nice yachts and all those kinds of things, but they won't matter if we don't have our health. Nobody wants to be the richest person in the graveyard. So because of this, I treat health very important in my life, and I encourage you to do the same. Number one, when the economy's tough and we're facing difficulties in our business, exercising and keeping our energy up helps us ward off things like headaches and muscle tension and other chronic things, health problems that are derived from stress. So by exercising and doing these kinds of things, we ward off all the kind of stress that come by plowing through difficult times. But on top of that, to be a highly effective sales professional, you've got to have energy. You've got to be able to be passionate, and you've got to be able to be enthusiastic, and you've got to be able to convince someone that your product or service is going to be beneficial to help them solve their problem and achieve their goals. So we need to develop a kind of energy reserve, if you will. And so how do we do that? Well, I think the foundation of great energy, first of all, starts with sleep. You've got to get 7 or 8 hours sleep every night. You've got to sleep soundly. That's very important. Trying to cut the corner on sleep eventually will impair your health and impair your energy when you're selling, which ultimately will impair your paycheck. And so sleep is number one. 2 is hydrating. You've got to take in a lot of water and stay completely hydrated. Number 3, it's aerobic exercise. This is a passion of mine. 62% of Americans are overweight. It's because they're sedentary. They're not spending the time to exercise their bodies. So I say aerobic exercise is the foundation. I recommend at least 3 hours a week. Personally, I get close to 6. But it makes me feel great. I also recommend some sort of resistance training, right? If you're a male or female over age 30, eventually you begin to get some muscle atrophy and some muscle loss. So resistance training is important to keep our health and our energy as we go forward. Flexibility is also important. Stretching or yoga or Pilates, these kinds of things are very valuable as well. From a nutritional standpoint, I recommend vitamins. I recommend lean protein on a regular basis, and I recommend that we, decrease saturated fats and sugar in the diet. So if you'll do all these things, I think you'll discover that your energy will be high, which will allow you to be your most enthusiastic, passionate self, and even more importantly, though, you won't be the richest person in the graveyard.